Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. We come here every day and talk to people who are doing things in our community. We celebrate what's good about Fresno and the entire Central Valley. There's always events going on, cool things to go to, cool businesses, people really changing the culture of our community. We look for people like that to feature on our show. You can be on our show, by the way. Go to our website, CentralValleyTalk.com, and there's a button you could press that says, I'd like to be a guest. Next thing you know, you're a guest here. It's free to come on, so why not? Let's celebrate what we have going on in Fresno. Now, we stumbled upon an interesting person who has an interesting company, Dr. Scoggins from Fresno Health and Wellness. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us about your business.
Well, I am a licensed clinical psychologist. I don't know why I was going to say social worker. That's just not
Different
me.
thing, huh?
Totally different. I am a psychologist, and I have a private practice group. So we treat mental illness. We treat everyone in the community that wants to come in. We are a provider for Medi-Cal and Medicare, and also for private pay individuals that want to come in. We see people with depression, anxiety, relationship issues, helping children age out of parenthood and move on to their own lives and explore adulthood. We kind of see almost everyone aside from the really chronically ill, severely mentally ill individuals because we don't have that chronic care component.
Well, you said you take Medi-Cal and Medicare?
I do.
That is great, because that's kind of a segment of the population that gets left out of mental health.
Absolutely. It is a very tough, as I'm finding out on the back end of things, it's very tough for patients to access Medi-Cal and Medicare providers. There aren't enough providers in our area. There are some limits to how providers can get networked. So those individuals aren't often seen.
How do people come to you? Is it through referral or court ordered, or to call you in the phone book?
They can call us. I actually have a website. It's FresnoHealthAndWellness.com.
That's easy. FresnoHealthAndWellness.com. I like that.
And they can even book an appointment online. So we see a lot of folks that have anxiety, and that feature is very helpful for people that may be experiencing some phobias or apprehensions of just picking up the phone. So we offer that little component. All you have to do is click on Get Started Now.
So you don't have to call. If you have phone anxiety, you could go to the website.
So you can book right online. It'll show the clinicians that are available and the time slots that are available. If that doesn't fit your need, then give us a call. We have weekend appointments, evening appointments, early morning appointments, so we try to cater to most people.
Now, I grew up in the 60s and 70s and the 80s, and anxiety was something that was just pushed aside for years, but it's a real thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think with the progression of society and technology, we're kind of on this go, go, go mentality, do more with less, as we all kind of have went through that era. And anxiety is just something that isn't normalized enough because some anxiety is good for us. Anxiety can be a motivator. Anxiety can help us to understand true danger and to move away from something that can be harmful to us.
So probably all of us have anxiety to a certain
We all
extent.
do. Actually, I have it now.
Yeah.
We all have anxiety.
You're going to be live on TV.
So, I mean, anxiety is a normal part of life, but it can then get in the way of, maybe if it's getting in the way of going to work, caring for your children, being in a relationship, getting in a car. If it gets in the way of you doing day-to-day things that help you in your world, then seeking out some therapy.
People can work through that.
Yeah, absolutely.
They can be overcome. If you get the right help with the right person, like Dr. Michelle Scoggins, for example.
Absolutely.
With the Fresno Health and Wellness. So a lot of people with anxiety also have Medicare and Medi-Cal, so there's no reason for them not to just check in with you and see what they can be done. So.
Absolutely, and we try to make sure that our environment is a calming environment. When I set up my office, I took special care into having it mimic maybe someone's living room.
Instead of just a clinical white cubed place with a person in white coats or something.
Absolutely. I kind of looked at how we are depicted in the movies and in media, and mental health is not always depicted in a favorable light. So I made sure that I made it look like a place I would like to come and talk to someone. I get a lot of compliments of how our office is set up and how people feel immediately comforted when they come in.
Nice. I've always felt that everybody could benefit from some kind of counseling.
Absolutely.
It used to be a stigma to it, but now we encourage it. Go get a counselor, talk to somebody. It's a regular thing. A lot of us have anxiety or issues we want to work through. You mentioned one that I'm fascinated about, employers who have trouble hitting that success point or kind of intimidated with going that far or taking the next step. And you could work through this with some very successful people.
Absolutely. So I work with a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs, personally myself, to help them get over that fear of business and failure. Failure is part of success, and to really encompass what their failures are and how to utilize those failures as information, and we have the blueprints of how to become successful in business, but what's often left out is that piece of fear. Mm-hmm. Fear holds us back from many successful adventures.
I tell my workers all the time, I fail every single day because I set reasonable goals. Like, I'm going to make $1,000 today, and I only make $800. Right. Well, I made a lot more than somebody that didn't set any goal. You can't be afraid to fail. You just set something reasonable and go for it. But you're the psychologist. I shouldn't be giving all this information. I'm not a professional at this.
Absolutely. We talk about setting those reasonable goals. What is getting in the way? I even take it as far back as to childhood experiences. How did you learn these limiting beliefs and the fear of success? And how did that work for you at one point in time, but how is it not working for you today? And how do we overcome that to get you to those successes that you're looking for?
Does it go way back to childhood where somebody set some expectation where there's some walls that you can't pass through this, or did they learn it themselves?
There's different theories of therapy, obviously. Too many to kind of go over in a quick interview. But my personal therapeutic belief is that we learn how to develop relationships in childhood. And through those relationships that we've developed, we've created who we are now today as our adult selves. And that could be both good and bad.
Who do you want to call to contact you? You have a target audience?
We target teenagers through elderly. I guess there is no cap on the age limit, but we typically see teenage, maybe as young as 13. Some clinicians that I may bring on board might see the child range, but right now we don't have that capability. Men, women, couples, I see couples as well. So there's a vast population that we do serve.
Well, I would say if you're watching, you say, well, I'd like to talk to Dr. Scoggins. Maybe start with the web address, FresnoHealthAndWellness.com. There's a lot of information on there.
Absolutely.
A way to get started, a way to reach her. You can even set up your appointment right there. Or call the office, 246-8679. Anything else you'd like our viewers to know?
No, I mean, I just want to bring an awareness to mental health, put a face to Fresno mental health, and allow people to come in and see that it's not as stigmatizing as it may be portrayed out there in society.
Yeah. Used to be a stigma. We're over that. Go get some help. Talk to somebody. If you're on Medicare or Medi-Cal, there's a place for you there, right, with Dr. Scoggins and Fresno Health and Wellness. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
It's a refreshing new look. We'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.